Today, we're talking about how to make things easier for yourself in life. And in particular, I would like to introduce the concept of idea leveraging to you guys and explain the tools that you have at your hand to actually make things easier for yourself, to solve problems faster, more efficiently, and ultimately more productively. And you guessed it, idea leveraging is definitely one of those levers that you can pull to actually solve problems, get stuff done, and actually move forward with your life as quickly and as productively as you can. So without further ado, roll that intro. But wait, I don't have an intro. I had an intro, but then I decided I don't want to have it. So I actually removed it. And then now I don't have it. Whatever, let's get right into it. Ideas are nothing more than pieces of information organized in a sequential manner or connecting different patterns from different independent pieces of information together. When you have an idea, you're actually having a realization that how this one piece of information that you've had or experienced or you've been told connects to another piece of information that maybe you just realized or that maybe you just noticed. So by connecting these two together, you actually are creating something new, and this new creation is your idea. Now, this new creation itself, this connection of these different pieces of information together is actually new information. Maybe nobody else in the world has ever had that thought. And guess what? Every single person does this, and every single person thinks their ideas are unique. And they probably are, because humans are so different from each other. The perspective of one person to a problem and the perspective of someone else to the same problem are completely different. But something that can clearly get compounded over time, and you can use its benefits at the moment that you start using it and later on, are ideas. So money, you have to put it away and it compounds over time, and maybe when it reaches $1 million in a few years time or whatever, you can actually start using it. But ideas, whenever you have an idea or you capture an idea, you can leverage it once when you actually get that new piece of information into your brain, and another time at a later point when you can come back to it at any time and reuse that information. Idea leveraging is literally the whole spiel about the second brain. Idea leveraging is the whole spiel about how people are running YouTube channels and courses and everything else in between. People are going to start selling their ideas. And guess what? Those ideas, because of the digital world, can actually have any form or shape. So simply put, money or these compounding effects usually in our lives are actually a form of delayed gratification. We hold back, and later in life maybe we take the fruits out of it. But this rule breaks when it comes to ideas. I think now you understand how ideas work, how we can actually connect them together, use them to get gratification now and later. So let's now look at how we can use idea leveraging to actually make things easier for ourselves. One of the concepts that I would like to share with you are idea snippets. What is an idea snippet? Is nothing more than one piece of information that you have heard, that you have read, that you have captured, or you've come up with it yourself. And what you do with that piece of information or the idea snippet is that you save it somewhere that you can come back to. Ideally in your second brain. If you don't have a second brain, you can watch the videos on my channel, which I will link somewhere up there, that will teach you completely how you can make it yourself from scratch. But that's not the point. The point is you can even write it on a piece of paper. Now, storing these ideas snippets over time will actually give you a bank of ideas that you've captured, that you've interacted with, that you have resonated with, and you can use those ideas to come up with new ideas. Let me just give you a super simple example. Let's say at some point I would like to launch a productivity course. I would like to make a course, teach other people how to get stuff done quicker, how to use their second brains, or whatever else it is. What I can do is, instead of sitting down in one go and tackling this ultra heavy lift project, I can actually spend 6 months of my time and just think about it in the background as a back burner and collect these idea snippets. Now, when I collect these snippets, I have to store them somewhere that I can come back to and have a look at. maybe in my second brain. And in 6 months' time, when I actually go to start making that course, when I actually go to sit and maybe shoot the videos for it, I already have so much in my bank, in my second brain, that I can use to actually create that thing. So I don't have to actually start from scratch. I hope that makes sense, because this is actually an idea leverage. What I've done is I've captured these ideas over time. I've gotten insights from them instantly, so the instant gratification of it, and I've gotten delayed gratification by later using it to create something completely new. And guess what? That makes things easier for me. That makes my life so much easier when I go to make that project. And that's just one of the examples. I use this concept all the time. I actually used it for my master's thesis. And using idea leveraging, I could actually get the highest possible grade for my master's thesis that was possible. And guess what? When I actually sat down to write my thesis, it only took me 5 days, because all these idea snippets were all captured before. In fact, have a look. All the meetings that I've had with my supervisor throughout my 6 months of when I did my thesis, I captured snippets from it. And guess what? Even at that point, I didn't even have a second brain. I just put them all on a simple Notion page. You can put it on an Excel sheet, you can put it on a piece of paper, whatever else it is. The point is that you can come back to it and quickly copy it or put it into your project or whatever else that you're using. So what I did, as you see, I've used all these pieces of information, and guess what? These pieces of information over time actually was 60 to 70% of my whole thesis. When I went and sat down to do my thesis, what I did was actually just put these pieces of information, these different idea snippets together, and fix the formatting or add a bit of text on top, and so on and so forth, so the flow of ideas are good. And guess what? Other people absolutely loved it. So a thesis that usually takes 6 months full time to do, I did in 2 months of real work and 5 days of actually writing it. And the rest of the 4 months, I did whatever else I wanted to do. And that's absolutely true. I did whatever else I wanted to do, but at the back of my head, as a back burner, I just started collecting idea snippets. The point is that you can use these ideas that are floating around you, that you interact with while you're speaking to other people, while you're in a lecture, while you're talking to your supervisor or wherever else, and use them in a later time to actually make your life easier. So I hope this video actually gave you value and actually made the whole concept of idea leveraging and idea snippets a bit more familiar to you. I actually made this video because this was the biggest learning that I had from taking the Building a Second Brain course. And it's not even about building a second brain. It's about understanding how a high performing person such as Tiago Forte thinks and works and uses ideas over time. You can use idea leveraging to make money, and a lot of money, a lot easier than you think. If I can use idea leveraging to get 100% in my master's thesis at one of the highest ranked universities in Europe, then I can definitely use the same concept, let's say in stock, let's say in creating courses, let's say in going and having a YouTube channel, and so on and so forth, and use these snippets to actually make money, make videos, or whatever else it is. In fact, fun fact, this whole video itself was started from an idea snippet, which I actually captured on March 22nd, 2021. That is 8 months ago when I actually captured this idea snippet, and now I'm leveraging it to make this video. So when I sat down to make this video, I actually already had something to read from. I didn't need to write a script. I didn't need to do anything because all my bullet points and my video outline is already there for me, which I captured 8 months ago. So this is a very simple example, but it is unbelievably powerful. So I strongly recommend that you do it for yourself. That's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.